Welcome back to the Messy Room. My name is Jason. I'm here with nobody actually. I'm here by myself today. We're back better than ever because we're always getting better. If you listen to what those words mean, you'll know what it means. I'm a little nervous. I'm here by myself. Vic allowed me to just. Well, I told Vic, I was like, yo, I want to reflect because, I made a big accomplishment last week. I graduated college as a chemical engineer. Got the nerdy shirt on. You I graduated college last year. My birthday is this Saturday, which will probably be the day before this episode drops. So I'll be 23 by the time this shit drops. So these are the last days of me being 22 years old, and I kind of just want to reflect on the time that I've been on this earth, right? Vic allowed me. I told him I just want to just talk about the things that I've been thinking about, and he said it's cool. So I'm gonna just do it. So first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the kind words, the congratulations, and everything I heard from when I talked about me graduating. I appreciate it all. It makes me feel very great. It makes me feel proud of myself to know that so many people are, looking at me and they're like, wow, this dude's nice, right? And I want to say that college is great for many reasons. Well, me graduating means a lot to me for many different reasons, and maybe not for the reasons that everybody might expect. I feel like everybody knows, when you come from the city we come from, we were a large Hispanic population. You always hear the term "ponete las pilas," right? It's kind of like the thing where parents say that you have to, you know, basically work hard so that you can, take advantage of the opportunities that this country has to offer you. Because like my dad, I've said before, he traveled from a whole nother country just to give me these opportunities, right? So I feel very proud of myself in the fact that I was able to accomplish the goal that a lot of parents have set on their kids, um, because they think that this is what is the best opportunity for people in this country. Secondly, so obviously, yeah, I'm very proud of me for being able to, make my mom proud and make my dad proud, right? So that's one. Two, I'm proud of myself for being able to do not just graduate college, but I did a degree pathway that is not very easy to most. I would say a large majority of the world. I think that chemical engineers are, I want to say 60,000, don't quote me, but I want to say 60,000 chemical engineers in the whole United States. Imagine there's 300 million people in the United States, more, 350 million. So that's a lot. That's like a very small percentage of the people that do go into that pathway, right? And it's kind of crazy that I did this, right? Being from where I'm from, being who I am, I feel like it proves a lot of things to myself and proves a lot of things to, about the people like other people like me. I posted on Instagram, my graduation pictures, and the caption was, I talked about how in the last days of high school, my teacher, Mr. Peacock, who I'm not saying he wasn't trying to put us down, he was basically just giving us the reality of, the world, right? He said that he was reading out stats, and I think I want to say the percentage was 20% of Hispanics graduate. And imagine, literally, I'm not gonna lie, if you're not from Chelsea, you won't understand it, but a large majority of us are Hispanic. In my physics class, it was about 30 people. I want to say all 30 were Hispanic. Sorry if I'm not getting you right, but it really felt like that because it was such a large percentage of people in that class that were Hispanic, right? So he's reading this out and he's saying 20% of Hispanics graduate. And me with the quick math, I look around, I'm saying, yo, that's only a handful of these people in here. It's about probably like six. Not probably, like literally that's the number, but six people. So I'm looking around, I'm like six people out of these people are meant to graduate, right? So I'm like, yo, damn. In that moment, I looked around, I said to myself, I was like, I'm gonna be one of those people, right? First day of college, I got accepted into UMass Lowell for chemical engineering, which honestly wasn't even my first pick. I wanted to go for mechanical engineering, but I really just wanted to be an engineer. I chose chemical engineering because my AP chemistry teacher told me, "Yo, I think you'd be a good chemical engineer." So that was like my backup. But the first day that I go to class, my professor's up in the front. It's a class of 180 people, legitimately 180. It's a big hall. It's for the intro to chemical engineering, and he goes, "Oh, half of you are not going to make it to the end. It's a very difficult course, very difficult pathway, and a lot of you won't make it." And I look around at the room. I say 180 people. I say 90 is going to graduate. I'm like, damn, that's a very small amount of people compared to all these people in the room. So now I have two things on me. Literally, let's say like the last day of college, last day of high school, first day of college, telling me I'm not gonna do this thing. And in those moments, all I could say was, I know I'm gonna be a chemical engineer. I know I'm gonna make it to the end, right? So here I am. I did it. I literally went through it. It took me 5 years. I did a co-op, which caused me to have to take a year off, basically. But I got experiences, not because I failed, but either way, even if I failed, it would have been whatever because I still made it to the end, right? But it was because I just did a co-op, so it took me 5 years, and I graduated with my undergrad, and now I'm a chemical engineer. Like, damn. I remember every time that somebody would be like, I'd be like, "Yo, I'm going to college." They'd be like, "Oh, what are you studying?" I'd be like, "Chemical engineering." They'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, that's crazy." Like, "Yo, what, whoa, that's crazy." And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this is a great accomplishment. I'm not knocking it down, but this is not nowhere near my end goal. Not even close. Legitimately is not even close to what my end goal for myself as a human being, as a being in general, not even close to the goals that I've set and the goals that I would like to achieve, right? This is literally just a step. And honestly, it was just to prove to myself I could do things that people, do not think that you could do. I had people telling me that I wouldn't be able to do this, right? And I did it. So I feel like this is just proof not only to the world and to my parents, but more to myself that I'm able to accomplish things that, you know, not a lot of people could do. And that's a confidence booster for me, right? But again, this is not my end goal. I just want to speak on education in college as a whole, right? Me and Vic have talked a lot about education in on the podcast and how education is very important, right? Everybody needs to learn, everybody needs to grow and develop as human beings and understand what the world is. But the education system that we have right now doesn't fully allow for you to explore your individuality and your humanness, I would say, to the fullest potential to allow you to become a robust person, not just a a worker. Is kind of what it does. Like we've said it before. You put your stuff in on due dates. You gotta accomplish little tasks here and there, and then put them in on a due date, which kind of sounds like a job, no? Right? So we always say that education kind of builds workers, not free thinkers, which is I feel what we all should strive to be, people that think freely for ourselves. So essentially, me graduating college basically just makes me a more valuable worker, no? Right? Because now I'm a worker, but I can specifically do chemical engineering. I could do any type of engineering, whatever. And it's only because I got this degree. So I don't want to mislead people into believing that college is the way, because college is very important if that's what you want to do for yourself. If you want to be an engineer and you want to graduate and be a chemical engineering in the field, yes, do it up. But if you are doing something purely because, oh, I want the money at the end of this, understand that you're going to be working for somebody else who's making money off of you. I was having a conversation yesterday and we were talking about Elon Musk and how Elon Musk didn't even actually start SpaceX himself. He bought it and then bought the title of founder, right? And my friend's like, "Oh, he's not as big as people think he is. He didn't even start it. And I'm like, yo, he still put in the work and managed people to get to where he's at, right? And his job was managing the people. And if you really think about it, the people that do the work and build the rockets is not Elon Musk. All he's doing is, I mean, he might be. I'm not gonna knock him. He could. He's a genius. Alexa, stop. He's a genius for sure. In his own way, I don't know, and truly, I think everyone's a genius in their own way. And he's being able to put the puzzle pieces together to create the company to be able to build these rockets. But at the end of the day, there's people like you and me working and doing the things they need to do to be able to build those rockets. So, but Elon Musk is the billionaire. He is the man with the money. The people under him are just workers, and they're doing the work for him to reap the benefits. Hopefully, he's a nice guy and would give back and pay his workers a livable wage, if not an even better than livable wage, because who just wants to live, right? So that is basically what I did. I gave myself the opportunity to work for someone else. And that's not my end goal. My end goal is to be way bigger than that. And it's through my experiences of life that I have this end goal, right? I realized in college and through work, honestly, just like my own experience working in a bunch of different types of jobs, I realized that working for somebody honestly doesn't allow you to be your own person. Could you imagine how many, like literally today, my friend's birthday is today, right? And last night we wanted to stay up until midnight to work to celebrate her birthday, right? So midnight I'm awake and I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work. I work as a laborer still because I'm trying to get my master's. I'm not actually working as an engineer yet, but I have to work at 4, but I have to go to sleep, and I'm trying to go to sleep at past 12 o'clock so that I can celebrate my friend's birthday, and then 9 o'clock, my break time today. I'm dead tired. I'm literally dead tired because I've only slept less than 3 hours, less than 4 hours. I mean, and I'm drinking this cup of coffee, and I look at this cup of coffee, and I see that as a representation of what I'm talking about. This cup of coffee was not because I wanted to drink coffee, not because I chose to drink coffee, but because I need to be at work to survive. I need to drink this coffee so I have enough energy to make it through the day. So this cup of coffee is a representation of why I'm not at my goal and I'm nowhere near my goal, because I don't have the opportunity to choose and do the things I truly want to do. Let's say I have three friends' birthdays back to back to back to back, and I have 3 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep. I'm gonna be dead tired by the end of the week. And it's because I have a job that it doesn't allow me to be able to be myself, essentially, right? I'm a person that cares about my friends and my family, and I want to celebrate, life, and they're reaching a new year. What happens if we're having a graduation party or whatever, celebrating anything, right? I cannot properly celebrate because I have a job. And I want everybody to realize that, yes, people are pushing you to go to college. Yes, people are pushing you to get the nice job. Yes, people are pushing you to do all these things. But at the end of the day, I just want everybody to be able to sit back, reflect on who you are, and understand what is it that you truly want out of life. I've asked myself that question. I could easily say over 2,000 times. What is it that I want out of life? I've been asking myself probably every day, what is it that I want to get out of life? What is it that I want to get out of life? I mean, I want to be able to enjoy and be happy. That's an easy answer to say. Okay, if I want to be able to enjoy and be happy, what are the things that make me happy? I feel very happy when I'm studying science. That's why I chose still engineering, because I do love science with all of my heart. I always have. I love being able to learn and look at the world through a lens that people honestly don't appreciate, is why it's not big in the world for a lot of people. They get called nerds or whatever. But I look at the world in a different way because I have this knowledge of how everything's put together through science. And it's not that science discovered it. It's that science, it's built like that already. God created it that way, or a being created it that way. And science just discovered, yo, this is how it's put together. And now I can understand how the world is through science, right? Um, Talking to people is another thing that really makes me happy. And that's why we do this podcast. Me and Vic, we both love to talk to people, have conversation, learn from experience. Because honestly, you learn from a conversation many, many, many more things than reading a book. Although we both love reading an article. Although sometimes you do have to keep up with the news because you don't get all information. But learning through conversation with anybody, freaking your mom, your dad, siblings, your friends, random people on the street, crackheads, people at the club, literally anybody you talk to can give you a perspective that's different from your own. And that simple fact that I can get a perspective and add it to my own perspective, I like to make myself a more, knowledgeable person, makes me happy. And another is I guess like doing puzzles and stuff. Like so I play a lot of Spider Solitaire. I like doing playing chess. I like I don't know. I build like random Jenga stuff sometimes. I basically just like doing puzzles because I kind of just like solving problems, right? So I realized one day that those are the things that make me happy, right? And a job is not gonna allow me to fully take advantage of my time to be able to do everything that makes me happy. If you really think about it, think about what time you wake up to go to work. Let's say you wake up an hour before to eat breakfast, take a shower, and then drive to work, right? It might take you an hour. That hour is not your hour. That's the hour of your job to get you prepared to go to your job. And then you work an 8-hour shift, and then you take an hour through traffic to get home. Sometimes if you don't have traffic, lucky you. But some people sit hour and a half. I know people that go 3 hours away for their job. And that's insane to me because they literally are living in a cycle of wake up, go to work, go home, eat, take a shower, whatever, go to sleep, to then wake up, go to work, eat, take a shower, and then go back to sleep. It's literally a cycle of repeating a routine of survival that's just gonna make you be in that routine longer. And if when I sit back and realize those things, I realize that the things that are pushed on us as individuals, especially in the city where we come from, where we don't really have a lot of people to teach us any better. Like our teachers are there to teach us, but they teach us a curriculum, not they teach us a curriculum of information, not a curriculum of, yo, we're gonna teach you how to be a person, or we're gonna teach you how to be yourself. We're gonna teach you how to grow as an individual. No, they teach you, here's how to add and subtract. Here's how to look at freaking like stoichiometry and stuff like that. Although I was good at that stuff, it is not what is most important in life. What is most important in life is literally what you think is most important in life. I already listed you out what I think is important in my life. My friends and family, another one, very important. I want to provide for them if they need it. I want to enjoy with them when I get the chance. And if I'm constantly working, I will never get that chance. And all this degree is doing me is setting me up for that. Although, there are smart people, but you got to be outside of that bunch. And you can't be a smart individual like that until you become a free thinker. And you can't become a free thinker, honestly, until you sit down and start questioning yourself as a human being. So many people that I know just let life pass. Not pass, they're doing life, not pass in the sense that they're just sitting there watching life go by. They might be doing things, but they're letting life and the structures that people have built, like, corporate America. That is a structure that someone built to provide a service and basically probably to get money for themselves, right? They created that system for them to get money, and we're just a part of it. Basically, literally, if you picture a machine and you need a pulley to pull something, and you need a gear to turn to make the machine go, we're just a part of that for that money machine for that person to go. And I know a lot of people have noticed these things, right? But I feel that still, like, I mean, if you thought about these things, this is not for you. I'm really just trying to give a perspective on something that I think I've thought a lot about. And being in college, and I think also being from where I'm from, has given me this perspective that I want to share with people who might not understand or even have had the chance to think about this. Ignorance is bliss, right? You live a good life believing that you're living a good life. But when you sit back and reflect sometimes, you might realize you're not really living the life that you want. So the one thing I could ask of people is to truly just reflect on yourself, and honestly to just have conversation is another one, because when you have conversation is you have the chance to understand yourself through the eyes of another person and through your own ears, because you're hearing yourself talk about yourself. And these are things that we are constantly talking on about on this show. If you are a regular listener and you listen the whole way through, you will hear these things constantly, because me and Vic believe them and we feel them to be true. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just giving you my opinion. And I know that, I read a lot of philosophy, right? And Socrates literally says that a philosopher is somebody who is the lover of truth. And, and if you're the lover of truth, then you have to believe in facts, right? Or well, not in facts, but the truth. And the truth is only one. There's only one real truth. But I can't tell you the truth, because for me to tell you what the truth is, I'd have to have some sense of authority. But I'm no better than any other human on this planet. So I have no sense of authority. So all I can give you is my opinion. But my opinion is also my truth. So I'm thinking out loud, speaking to y'all, speaking to whoever is listening. To be honest, if no one's listening, I'm speaking to myself. But I'm speaking, trying to understand and to reflect on myself, because I'm constantly doing it. And I'm hoping that my reflection will give somebody not only the opportunity, because you might have been ignorant to these things, but also the courage to do this. Because it's scary. I literally ask, sometimes, me, I have conversations with a lot of people, and I kind of constantly talk about this kind of stuff, because I always my point of life is to basically understand what the point of life is, if that makes sense. But I asked this question, or I got asked this question. It goes both ways, to be honest. Like, why do people act the way they act, right? Why do people let life pass them by? Let's say you were a kid at 10 years old, and your dad was like, yo, one day you're gonna be a doctor. And you go to college and you become a doctor, but you never actually liked it. And now you're living a 40-year career, 50, 60-year career as a doctor, but you never actually enjoyed being a doctor the whole time. You're gonna, at the end of your life, you're going to resent yourself for not choosing yourself. You chose what your parent told you was right, but then you end up resenting yourself because you didn't choose yourself. You have to be able to choose yourself in those moments, right? And I asked, yo, and then I got asked, why is it that these people, or not these people, but some people do it. Like, proof of this is midlife crisis, but I can get into that after. But this, I mean, why is it that people let themselves live that way, right? Letting other people make their decisions for them, and resenting themselves. And I really believe, I don't know what the truth is. Again, these are only my opinions. I believe that what it is it's not easy to choose for yourself, because when you choose for yourself, you're then responsible for the mistakes, or for the mistakes that you make. But on the other side, you also are responsible for the successes that you have. Right? Is that not kind of crazy? Like, I got to a point where I honestly just wanted to dump everything out of my life, legitimately everything. I stopped going on social media. I stopped really chilling with a lot of people. I stopped like trying. Stopped masturbating at that point. I stopped uh, watching TV was one that I stopped. I cut out at the time, and I did a lot more reading. I did a lot more walking was one, because walking helps me think, and also it's better for your health. And I literally, what I did was dump out everything that I was like, all right, I need to simplify and understand who Jason Mendez is. And after I can understand who Jason Mendez is, which is a constant battle within myself, I can understand. Once I understand who Jason Mendez is, I can give you the answer to what Jason Mendez wants. Right? So I understood who I was. I love science. I love this and that. So I continue with my chemical engineering degree. But then it became my decision. It didn't start my decision because my teacher told me to become a chemical engineer. My mom told me to go to college. So when it started, it wasn't my decision, but reflecting and understanding who I was and realizing that this is probably a good thing for me allowed me to continue on that journey and finish and actually be satisfied with doing it. If you're not satisfied with the things that you're doing, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, and I hope that my words will give you the courage to get out of there because you're not going to be happy in the next 20 years. I was talking about midlife crises. Why do people do go through midlife crises? I've asked, and I only asked because I actually seen people go through them. And I was like, yo, why are people going through midlife crises? And I'd be like, all right, what do people usually do through midlife crises? All right, let's say they buy a car, they go on vacation, they get a new wife. Like let's say they get divorced and they get a new wife. What are they trying to do? They're trying to change their circumstances in life to build what they want in that moment. Because they're like, yo, damn, I'm 40. I'm running out of time. I've been doing all something I don't like. So let me start building the life I truly want. So they buy a nice car, which they think they want, which you probably don't even want because why do people want expensive cars? Because expensive cars look nice. And then you're going to be like, wow, he got an expensive car. So even then, you're not making a decision for yourself. So please, I don't know if I'm rambling or if I've been making sense, if this is a cohesive train of thought. But please, please, I beg every human being. I beg even plants. I beg the bugs on your wall to just reflect and be yourself because we're all here on a planet of dirt and rock flying in space, supposedly. I don't even know if that's true. This could be all a simulation, right? I don't know what the truth is, but we're all experiencing life. And if you're going to have experienced life, you might as well do it to what you want to do it. Maybe not the fullest potential because maybe you don't even care about the fullest potential. Maybe you just care. Maybe you just want to knit all day. Maybe you just want to freaking go to the casino. If that's truly what you want, do it. But then you got to reflect. Does the casino actually bring me what I want? Yeah, you might enjoy, gambling and the rush of it, but then you're not going to have money and being able to provide for your family. So there's always things that make you feel good on the front side and then not on the bad side. So you really got to reflect deeply, and I honestly think you got to reflect every single day. You just question yourself, question yourself, question yourself. And I didn't know what I was gonna say when I started this. I knew I wanted to talk about college. I knew I wanted to reflect on, who I am and how I've gotten to the point that I am right now. But I really think that the main thing I would like to send to people, because my story in this is just a way for me to talk about the things that I want to talk about. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to send a message. And the message is to question and be yourself. Because once you question yourself, you come up with answers. And when you have answers, then you can be yourself. Because you know who you are. Or not who you are. You know at least who you are in the moment and who you want to be. So you can put yourself on the track with yourself to go to where you want to be. Crazy, right? I don't know. Uh, I think I'm gonna stop here because I think I got what I wanted to say off of my chest. I'm gonna just leave with one last thing. Listen to this podcast. I don't know if every episode will be beneficial to everyone. I expect if you really listen to all, every minute of it, you'll get something for sure out of it, and probably out of every single episode too. But if you're not down for that, at least go to the ones that you think you'll enjoy. And if not, just pick a random one, listen, and feel the words that we speak. Me and Vic are honestly, we're artists with our words because we both are very heavy thinkers. You know, I mean, a chemical engineer, right? Supposedly, they call me smart every time. I'm telling you, every time I say, "Oh, I'm a chemical," whoa, you must be smart, buddy. All right, yeah. If I'm smart and you trust my words, right, then listen to the things that we're saying. All we do is really like I want to say we probably got three main messages, which is one, be yourself always, every single moment of the day. And you know it's hard to be your how you know how to be yourself. One is to understand who you are, which is then question yourself. Question yourself to then be yourself. And then when you're very confused, express yourself. Because when you express yourself, you can then, you know, talk to people, which then helps you understand yourself more. And then the next, you'll when you understand yourself more, you can question yourself even better. And literally, doing those things, just talking to your mom, your dad, your your cousin, your brother, sister, aunt, uncle, whatever you want to, random person on the street, somebody on social media. You know, if you want to hit us in the DMs, hit us in the DMs. Just start talking about yourself and see where you go. See what you learn about yourself. Because look, when you start talking, let's say you want to learn something like, the first, like, say you're a sneakerhead, right? And you never bought sneakers before. And you're like, oh, yo, you start talking with your boy. Oh, yo, the Bread 11s, yo, those are the fire shoes right now. Yo, you're like, oh, what the fuck are the Bread 11s? You don't even know. You start doing your research. You talking, having that conversation gave you the chance to then question, what are the Bread 11s? Oh shit, they're these shoes, Jordans, whatever. And then you learn from that. So the same way you talk about yourself, oh yo, I've been feeling like, I've been feeling down on myself. Oh, damn, I've been feeling down on myself. You realize that you feel some way and you'll be like, where is that coming from? What moment changed me to feel like I'm down on myself? And then when you figure it out, one, now your problem is solved. And two, you came out of a place stronger because we like again we back better than ever because we're always getting better. I said that one time off the rip, literally like that. Yo, we're back better than ever because we're always getting better. And it means so much in my head, you can't even understand. Every single day you can grow. You have the chance to be alive, right? You have 24 hours in a day, and in those 24 hours, they say you learn something new every day. So if you learn something new every day, the next day you're gonna be better because you learned something the day before that you can apply the next day. So when I say I'm back better than ever because I'm always getting better, I am back. And you see me now, and I'm better than the last time you saw me because I'm always getting better. And I will continue to always get better until the day I die, which then will be my prime because I am now at the best I could have ever been because I'm dead. And that's the end of this. I appreciate y'all for listening. If you listened the whole way through, I appreciate you. If you learned something, please subscribe to our channel because we talk about I talk like this very, very often. I'm very reflective, and maybe my reflection can help you be reflective. And if not, I'm pretty funny sometimes too, and Vic too. Vic is my brother, bro. I just want to tell you, I love that man with all my heart. I appreciate him because he is the person that came up to me and was like, "Yo, I want to start a podcast." I didn't really care much for podcasts because at the time I didn't care much about a lot, but this has given me a sense of purpose and a crutch to help me understand myself more. So I appreciate you, Vic. Stupid. But yeah, check you later.